And first, let me say thank you for joining me tonight. If you're new, welcome. This is a true crime channel. We discuss things that are local, historical, international, current, not current. We talk about a little bit of everything here. And and if you have been following me for a minute, welcome back. And if you are new, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. So we are going to talk about many. I don't know about many, but we're going to talk about some case highlights here, updates, and some, you know, going to go over a few things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a missing uh, person out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina, so I do talk a lot about North Carolina type things. A young guy by the name of Aiden Liam Mills. He is 15 years old. He is 5'7". He weighs 130 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes, wearing a black hoodie, Nike gray sweatpants, and black Nike shoes. I will post a picture in here somehow, but he has been missing for a couple of days. So if anybody knows anything, please reach out to the Forsyth County Sheriff's Department. So that is one thing right there. Next, there are three females that are missing in the Missouri River in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, those of you who have been following me for a minute know that I have a husband that passed away a few years ago, and he actually spent his high school years in Omaha. So I know a fair amount about Omaha. I've never been there, but he talked about it all the time. And these girls, there was four that were fishing in the Missouri River. They lost their footing and they got swept downstream. And from what I understand, the current was very, very strong. Now, one of them was able to climb out. She is 13 years old. They have not released her name, but the other three are still missing. And they are, let me make sure I don't butcher these names too bad. They are Liana Green, Lei K. Trey Moo, both 18, and 11-year-old E. Cress Moo. They are the ones that are still missing. Initially, when authorities got involved, they were trying to do a rescue mission. Because of when they went in and how long they have been missing, the river temperature is about 45 degrees. Unfortunately, not many people can survive the hypothermia. So it is now transferred from a rescue to a recovery mission. Hello, everyone. So that is where we're at with that. Leanna's Green's mother has been all over social media, and the woman is absolutely devastated, and I understand why. It's to be told that there is no hope when they say it's now a recovery. I just could not even imagine. And like I said, my late husband used to tell me about when he was out there in his high school years. He used to go fishing and swimming and boat riding and all, and water skiing, all that stuff. And he said the water could be treacherous if you didn't know what you were doing. So, like I said, I feel very, very badly for this entire family. I really do. And let's see, let's get to our next thing. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, one of my favorite topics, the crappy guy that got picked up. One second here. For, how can I put this? Explicit material involving children. Yes. So there was a episode of Bikers Against Predators that aired on social media, YouTube, all that, where they came to High Point, North Carolina. Hi, Marilyn. Good. You came to this channel. That's great that you came here. Um, so they came to High Point, North Carolina, because a man by the name of Jason Edward Kohler had been communicating on a bogus Facebook account with a 11-year-old. Now, the 11-year-old was a like bait. It wasn't a real person, but he thought it was a real person, and he was making sexually suggested ideas and was wanting to meet this person and everything else. So these guys showed up to confront him and discuss his messages. And this really got kind of out of hand because when they contacted High Point Police, they showed up, but it appeared they didn't do any real investigating. So they left, and people assumed they didn't take any evidence because this guy admitted he had explicit material of minors on his phone. So, yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. So about 2 weeks later, he was arrested and charged with 15 counts of sexually exploiting minor, and that is all from the material that was on his phone. Now, here's the thing that drives me crazy. I'm not a, I don't think pedophiles should have rights. That's just my opinion. Might be a bit severe, with the laws we have in this country, innocent till proven guilty, all that stuff. But this guy had already been convicted of this in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. He'd already been convicted of it and spent 10 years. And his victim was his daughter. So, and then he comes to North Carolina trying to victimize other people. No, we're not doing that. His probation officer, his attorney, a judge had already gone on record saying that they did not feel this guy was even safe to be released into public. Like they felt he was a danger to the public, but yet he got out and now he's in North Carolina. Well, his attorney, his public defender, because they've got him locked up right now with a $100,000 bond. His attorney's trying to get that reduced so he can get out. Please stop, Mr. Attorney that's representing him. Please don't do your job because he needs to stay there because he's been here for a few years and God only knows how many other victims he's victimized before he got found. So yeah, I think Jason Edward Kohler needs to stay in jail. Let's see, there's that one. And then let's see, what else are we talking about here? Oh yeah, Malachi Mitchell. Malachi Mitchell is a 21-year-old man who was shot and killed during a legal gun sale in Douglasville, Georgia. Now here's the crazy part. The person who shot him kept driving and erratically, and it was crazy, and then he got pulled over. And that's when the officer found Malachi Mitchell deceased in the seat next to him. Now, Cameron Ashton is the person who shot him. Now, the story is they were doing the gun deal. Somehow an argument broke out, and Cameron Ashton pulled out a second gun and shot Malachi with that gun and killed him. Now, this boy did not call police, did not call 911, didn't try to render aid or anything like that, but he did call a family relative. We don't know who that is. But Cameron Ashton was taken to the police station. He was questioned. He gave a statement, and then he was just released. No charges. This happened January 29th. We are now at April 16th. It also has come out that Cameron Ashton's grandmother works works with the sheriff's department, had for years. So that might be one reason why he was never charged. But I can't understand, something should have been done about this because his family is beyond, you know, they're beyond upset. They're trying to get a petition together. They are trying to sue Cameron Ashton directly for, Malachi's death. It's kind of crazy, but I don't understand how nobody's being charged with anything on this at all. It's weird. Okay, so we got that. We got that. Okay, so Kamani Latique, there's no updates on her case. I believe her father has been released from the hospital and he is in police custody somewhere. But they really have not released any more information about that. Um, so waiting on an update on that case. Let's see. TK Burton. No real updates on that one either. They are going to go to court June 9th. All the people that have been charged in his death, June 9th is their next court date. Let's see. Marissa Carmichael. Unfortunately, nothing new on her either. It's been sad, she's been gone over a year. No updates. I mean, her story's hitting other news stations, but no updates, no valid updates. And you can't sit there and tell me all the people she was out with that night, nobody saw anything. You can't tell me that. Because like I said, Smoke, the baby daddy, he knows something. Naja, her friend who was living with her, definitely knows something. Mo Dollars, Jersey Moneybag, Shawnee Leely, Tasha Poplin, so many people, Justin Osmond, so many people, but no one's talking. The question is why. Which brings me to a case I already covered that I'm going to continue to, talk about. Caleb Maynard. Caleb Maynard is a young man who was shot and killed in the parking lot of his apartment complex on January 28th, 2023. What I don't understand is how no one has been charged in his death because he was shot in his car. His best friend, Trey Meadows, was next to him in that car. And people think Trey was part of why Caleb was killed. But Trey's living the good life. Trey's out in California playing arena football in San Francisco. I don't know how he sleeps at night, being in the car with his best friend, watching his friend get killed. It's speculation that Trey pulled the trigger and killed him. But yet, no charges. None whatsoever. How does that even happen? So Trey, I'm going to say this. If you're watching this, I'm sure I'll get back to you. You got some explaining to do. You got some explaining to do. Simple as that. Because I don't know how you could be friends with somebody and watch them die and say nothing. Makes no sense. So calling you out big time. So, but that is all I have for right now on this live. Updates. Not a whole lot of updates, but we have missing teenagers. We have missing teenagers in water, and hopefully to God that they are found and families can have closure. At the end of the day, with these cases, it's all about getting closure if you can. So this is Rebecca with Red True Crime. If you have not subscribed, please do so at this point. Helps the channel grow and allows me to do more stories like this. But have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Be weird, be rude, be safe. Bye.